Welcome to That Davis Show. I'm your host, Kenneth Davis. Follow me on all social media platforms at That's Davis. Always fortunate enough to be joined by the executive producer of That Davis Show, Ryan Bukoveski. Follow him at Ryan B. Ski and Ryan B. Ski 1 on Instagram. We got a little, I won't say it's a funny story because it's lucky that no one seriously got hurt, but we got a little story that Ryan has about a hit and run that he recently experienced. So, Ryan, I'm going to just let you go ahead and break everything down for us. And again, happy you and your buddy or whoever you're in the car with are both all right.
Yeah, so I guess let me give the full scope. I recently had sold my car to wonderful CarMax. CarMax come through on the clutch because they gave me a very generous offer for that car and definitely took the money and ran. But it was a big ordeal, right? So I was even telling about you kind of behind the scenes or off the air about all the hassle, getting all the documents and everything to sell that thing to CarMax. Because I want to say it was Wednesday, whatever that was, the 10th, I want to say. I got the offer, and I didn't sell the car until the 16th. So it's only good for one full week, the offer. So I got that thing skirting right underneath. And it was so annoying, too. So I got a power of attorney, because basically the big holdup was the title was in my mom's name.
Mm-hmm.
I get a power of attorney to take care of that. Everything's signed, notarized, faxed over kind of thing. Actually, my mom might have sent it. I don't remember exactly. But power of attorney isn't good enough, I guess, for CarMax. So they gave me their own power of attorney files. And I had to fax one to my mom. Signatures had to be original, so she had to express it back. And then there was also another copy that I had to just kind of sign because there was carbon paper behind it. So finally get all that stuff, bring it over to CarMax, and they're like, oh, yeah, you need another power of attorney. Because right now these power of attorneys are saying that this is in CarMax's name. And I'm thinking, what kind of – these are the forms you gave me. And then I whip out my mom's power of attorney that they never asked for, that they said wasn't good enough. They're like, okay, now you have everything. So I was like, oh, my God. So if I didn't have that one –
right.
If I didn't happen to have that one,
deal's over, and they can come back and tell you now lower than what they gave it. They bought it for you.
Right. And that's exactly what they kept telling me, because I kept asking, hey, can we extend the offer? Can we extend the offer? Hell no. You got to get reappraised if you're going to do it. And you, just like you said, it's coming maybe 58 or like 55. Like it's coming down. It's coming down. So either way, worked out, I guess, if you will. Sold that thing, got the check deposited. So T's crossed, I's dotted. And basically how it worked out was a friend of mine was in town, and my buddy, who I'm living with, he was leaving the same day and basically leaving to go to Illinois at his lake house an hour-ish maybe before the other person was landing. So it was perfect. I drop him off, take his car, grab the friend, we outie, hanging out type thing. So we go out that night, and it was Wednesday. And honestly, it wasn't that eventful of a night. Like, we were just kind of hanging out, stopped at, what did we do? I'm trying to remember the thing that we did. I'm totally blanking. This is bad. We went to see a show. It wasn't that memorable, as you can tell.
A movie or somebody performing?
An actual performing.
Okay.
But we decided to go to the Pal Station Casino, and we're just kind of hanging out at the casino, grabbing a couple drinks, whatever. I basically tell the friend, hey, because she had less to drink, so I was like, do you want to drive? Just might as well be as safe as possible getting home. So she drives, and we're just going straight highway up north, far right lane. Nothing's even like really happening. Like, we're 6 miles away from the turn. We're just cruising the speed limit. Far right lane. There's no traffic whatsoever. And we're just kind of like talking, shooting the shit, nothing. And all of a sudden, boom! Right on the passenger side.
On your side?
Yeah, which is the shoulder right next to me.
The person went up the shoulder?
Yes, went up the shoulder and
On it.
slammed into the passenger side.
With no traffic up there, they went up the
No
shoulder.
traffic.
Wow.
They were going, basically, we'll talk about it later, but they run away super fast. They could have done that speed right to the left of us, to the left of that, to the left of that, and they wouldn't have done nothing.
Now, were they coming off a ramp and did this, or they were just behind you and hit the right shoulder?
Honestly, I am not sure because there wasn't really a ramp around that I remember. If anything, we weren't even in one of those merge lanes where it's like you have to worry about someone flying off a ramp. Like it was like far right, and then coming up down maybe a few miles is your ramp exit where I'd have to deal with said lane that I just described.
Mm-hmm.
They honestly were just flying up the shoulder for some reason, and you could tell something wasn't right. It was this weird, like, first of all, work, like, utility vehicle, kind of like PT Cruiser size, not like one of those big work utility vehicles, but had some kind of blue with bubbles or like water shape on it, some kind of like pooling company or something with water, and just flying. Like, I couldn't even get much of the license plate. I got like the first three, but I couldn't even see like the state that it was issued. It probably was California or Nevada. Probably California because the license plate was white. Usually the Nevada licenses have a coloration to it. Mm-hmm. So it was probably California. But we're trying to like speed up to this person. I tell my friend, like, go, 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 because they don't even slow down, stop at all. They just start hauling away down the shoulder and then eventually get in the lane, and they are just weaving through traffic at that point. So we're pushing like 95, 100, and we're not even catching up to this dude at all.
Yeah, you got to let that go.
And we did. We eventually let it go.
You want to die over there.
Well, that was the other thing too. It was like, don't get too close. We don't know how like all the windows are tinted. I have no idea. And just
you
how
get shot up by a pool.
That's what I'm saying. This is Nevada out west. You could just like own a gun for sneezing or something. Like you just walk into the grocery store. Here you go. No big deal to get it whatsoever. And on top of it too, like just how they were weaving, you could tell, just messed up. Some kind of either running away from the law, doing something illegal, or messed up on something.
Okay.
Only two options. And it sucked texting my buddy about it, telling him what happened. But
did you get a chance to take your phone out and try to take a photo?
Yeah, I did try, but no.
Okay, go ahead now with your buddy. What happened with your buddy?
He was like trying to figure out like what was going on with the accident, like what happened. Were you merging? Was somebody coming? Just so he's like, what's your ass? I'm like, no, how I describe it is some fucking idiot illegally drove up the shoulder and just slammed into us. And I'm telling you, with the shoulder, you probably could fit a car and a half with.
Damn.
It wasn't this tight shoulder, like, let me just get around that corner. No, it was like you could have swerved in that shoulder and not hit us.
And so, what did he say at first when you told him?
Nothing much really. I mean, like he was just glad everybody was all right.
What did he say when you told him you weren't driving the car?
Nothing. I mean, basically told him the reasoning why, just like I told you.
Shit, that shit wouldn't have played well with me. You said, you had who driving my ride? Dog, I didn't tell you she could drive my car. You could have left my car and took whatever you had to take.
I guess I didn't think about that, but
he's like to say, not the friendship may have not been over, but I wouldn't. It would have not gone like that. If I tell you and you decided that, and again, you did the right thing by not driving under the influence, right? But I would have been miffed. To say the least, man. Like you, because then I don't even.
Now you got me nervous over here.
I don't know her skill level. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know when did she get her license? Right? How often does she drive? Does she drive regularly? Right? Like, I mean, so it's like, dude, oh my goodness, we would have had to come to some understanding.
And that's what's the worst part about this is like she was totally fine. She did everything right. There was nothing wrong. Some idiot just slammed into us.
So wait, are you trying to find out who this person is through the authorities? Because even though you don't have you
I
have
mean,
some of the
I
license.
went to the police station. I filed
Okay.
the report. I gave a
Okay.
statement. I did all
Okay.
that stuff. But
All right.
I'm thinking no shot we're ever finding this dude.
Now this is just door damage or side damage. I take it, right? No, nothing structural.
Yeah, I don't believe anything structural. Basically took it in for kind of the insurance lookover type thing.
Uh huh.
I felt like they kind of did a shitty ass job looking it over, but whatever. That's how they do it, I guess. But really, it's contained to the door. The mirror, the glass is broken, and there's like cosmetic damage mainly on the passenger side door, but it is like kind of like the side.
What type of car are we talking about? What model?
Like Kia Niro. I don't know if you've heard those.
What is the key? Is that like one of them box things?
Yeah, and it's hybrid.
All right, whatever. Wait, hold on. Let me. Hold on. Kia Niro.
Yeah, Niro.
Yeah, let me get a good look. Real quick.
The box thing that's like it reminds me of the Mini Koopa's kind of body style a little bit.
Okay, wait. Let me make sure I got. Oh no, it's not bad. I was looking at like one of those like
the straight up Scions.
Yeah, like Scion Soul joints.
Oh,
I'm like that damn it deserves to get smacked. I'm joking. If you have one, I hope nothing happens to you. But oh no, this is cute. This is a cute little ride. Yeah, he can. That's okay. He'll be all right. I mean, he got the lake house and everything. I was thinking, you had his whip out, his machine out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You wouldn't have to move out for that one.
Right. The nerves are calming now. Thank you.
But if it was a machine, boy, you have to rethink that. You don't need a car thing. You say, I thought. Look, first thing I would tell you, I think you may need to go get you another.
I know,
ride,
right? Like first day.
You're not really gonna be able to use
right.
mine.
Great. Here we go.
Man,
that is so lucky. My luck right there, though.
You're lucky that
it's like lucky, unlucky. I mean, definitely.
This is a great friend right here. What's his name?
Justin.
Justin is a great friend. Shout out to Justin for being a great friend because you're definitely pushing the borders.
Oh boy!
You brought a dog into his house.
Right. Well, he was behind that one. He wanted that one because the little girl is asking him
because his daughter. And that way you can do all the dirty work.
Yes.
And his daughter can play with the dog. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, you made as well. Well, shout out to Justin. So I'm trying to think. So all right. So this is I've never caused an accident. Let me lead with that personally. I have been in more than a dozen.
That was my first real accident besides fender benders, I guess. Like something really small.
I've been in some accidents, right? Lucky to walk away from. I had one on I-57 where, and I think I've told this in the past, where there were two cars and they both went like this. And now I'm about to T-bone one of them because it was so icy out. And I had to throw the car in between the south and north lanes where now it was snowy out. So that was all that divot that in the middle was filled with snow. So I hit it like Splashwater Falls. When you come down, the water goes, that's the snow going over the car. And the thing was, my little brother was in the car with me. It was Afton's grandmother's car too, which made it even worse. Yeah. And the thing was, when we got out, I was closer to the north going traffic than I expected I was going to be. Like, so I'm thinking like, okay, because look, my mind is factoring in this. I have a gray zone before I get too close to this car because these cars, mind you, I'm talking about traveling south. They both went this way, right? They're sliding down south horizontal, right? I'm going to T-bone. First of all, I'm going to hit this one car and it's going to hit the other car, right? And I know because driving 57, so you know from going down to, to SIU, when the snow is crazy, like you get used to knowing you can't hit them brakes crazy when it's slick out there. And that's what happened. They was hitting those brakes. You got to kind of let that bitch ride and come down slow on it. You can't hit it. Yeah, you can't hit it. So they hit it, right? So my mind goes into, okay, plan. What's next? And then my mind goes, okay, slowly try to bring the car down, Kenneth. Mind you, there's cars behind me. So I got to factor them in. And while I'm trying to snow and avoid T-boning somebody, what they may end up doing, because they may not be as well of a driver as I am, right?
So they might push you into that T-bone.
Exactly. Or just crash hard into me, whatever. Mind you, I have my little brother in the car. My little brother at this time is maybe 13. You know what I'm saying?
With the wrong car too.
So right, totally. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to ditch this car because one, it should be safe. If I crash into this snow bed, I should be safe. But I don't want to do it. I'm trying to like, okay, let me try to brake. And then it's like, Kenneth, you're hitting the red zone. You're gonna have to ditch it, or you're gonna crash, and cars behind you gonna crash. What are you gonna do? You know, you had the plan. You made the plan out. Execute the motherfucking plan B. So I threw it in the ditch, and luckily, the car again. It was maybe 5 feet from the north going traffic. So I almost popped out on the other side. Imagine that, right? So luckily, and I never got to thank this guy because I didn't have platforms like this. Some dude with like a Nova attached to a trailer. I don't think he had a truck. Stopped. It's White Cat. And gave my brother and I a ride to Kankakee. And
nice.
Yep. And I always wanted to. He took off before I could do anything, right? And I always wanted. I wish I didn't say no, because that was going to be the question. What did you have attached to whatever? But he dropped us off, and I'll ask him how he looked at the time. That will give me a definition. But he was nice enough to do that and basically save our butts, because we could have been out there for a minute. And then, so I had the car towed, and the car went and got the car, right? Car's not acting right. Now I'm in the market looking for a car, right? I'm like, damn, I gotta buy this damn car.
Oh no!
Because I'm like, damn, because when I'm driving it, it's not acting right? I'm like, damn, I gotta buy it because I fucked it up. I gotta buy it, right? And the person where I got it from the tow, I believe, told me like, yo, the steering wasn't right, but go to the car wash and spray the snow, because remember, snow's compacted. I ditched it into the snow. I went to this car wash off of like 111th and Wentworth. I came out of that bitch. That motherfucker was just fine.
That's great.
Blessed be. All right, yeah. But I got this last one. So it kind of goes to this story. So, and just like this time, so like the first time I brought a truck, my mom co-signed with me, right? No, this time this was a different time, because I got one younger. So anyway, me and my mother just bought a Camry, right? And now I'm looking to buy my first Yukon. And fucking somebody, so we're on Western, and Western's getting redone. And usually I used to shop on Western, but I never bought a car off Western. And we're on Western, and they're kind of redoing the road. So where you park at has like horses or like bury those big water things, so to kind of keep people from the park side.
I was like, did you get in the time machine DeLorean at some point on the traffic and go back into the old West?
No. It has, like those big orange containers with the light on top of it. Usually they're filled with water, I believe, for the most part. So yes. Imagine Western is 2 lanes, but where the parking part is, it has these by it. So me and my mother are going, and she just had this car for like 2 weeks to a month. And she's in the passenger side. She's about to get out. I'm about to get out, and this hoopty van slaps my side of the door, driver's side, right? I'm like, my mother hops back in. She's like, I don't know if I tell her to get back in the car. She's like, get him, right? So I take off, right? I take off down Western. So we were at Chevy. We were at the Chevy dealership, right, on Western. So this is probably like 65th, 67th or something, maybe. And we're driving, and I'm chasing this van through through turning lanes and everything, right? So we get to the point, I think we get about a Ford dealership. And this is kind of what you were just saying as far as doing a 90 and 100. The van goes through the light. I pop out to the turning lane because I'm going through the light, right? And this teenager is crossing the street. In my mind, I thought I can keep driving because I'm in the high pursuit chase. I have all the rights, including if I strike this teenager. I had to tell myself, dude, you're bugging. You're not in some movie or video game.
Yes,
but in my mind, I was like, yo, it's like this. I got the
James Bond. We have to cut your license to kill.
Hey, Steve McQueen, I got the green light in this bad boy, man. It's a chase. This is a chase. Everything goes.
Okay. British Secret Service.
Exactly. Everything, diplomatic immunity. Everything goes in the chase, right? So we ended up calling the cops. I had the license plate number, and they told us to cease and desist with the chase. So we went some love blocks, and they was like basically stop. But again, I have so many, and I've never caused an accident. So many stories, and it just lets you know it's got to be a higher power out there. Because I lived them. My friends who was in the cars that I was in with my friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, man. So definitely blessed be. But yeah, cheers to all of us, and cheers to those who don't make it because it's unfortunate. And also just, man, listen, we grown, y'all. If you off of it, get an Uber. Like, it's just real talk. Like, it don't even make sense to be out there blind. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really doesn't. It's like, it didn't make sense in the past, but it's too many different ways to get home now that are cheap than there were back in the days. As Ryan told you, he felt, and that doesn't mean Ryan couldn't have gotten home, but he was like, why risk it? Right? Here, you take the keys. There's no reason to get in any trouble whatsoever, just in case. Plus, on top of that, it's safer for you, me, and whoever else is on the road. Do the smart thing. And I know I sound like a PSA, but man, it's facts. And even last thing you would want, and I don't know how selfish you are, last thing you would want is want to hurt somebody because you was lit, let alone hurt yourself or someone that you care about in the car with you because you was lit. It's not, believe me, it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And I've been there. I haven't been I'm not a Boy Scout. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely not worth it. Ryan, did you anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it is out here west, but they really need to hear this PSA for sure with the driving. And I don't know, like, especially if you're going to a party town like Vegas, anywhere like that, just be extra cautious out on these roads because these people, they don't care. And if you think about it, how many people don't care? How many people are doing drugs and drinking in this place to begin with? So it only takes one person at the wrong time, wrong place to really mess things up.
Totally. So, all right, for Ryan and myself, be safe, and we'll talk to you later, man.